Here we are at Virginia at the first race of this 2026 season. It's a racetrack with lots of overtaking opportunities, lots of opportunities for chaos, and I've seen cars go off in every single corner of the track. We've made up a good start here, made up several positions, overtaking several cars that had a bad start, and two of the cars have already taken themselves out before turn one. Turn one, we're on the inside, keeping a tight line on the inside with cars on our side here, the red cars on our left, and I do decide to back out here because the red car does have the racing line and I did not want to interfere with that trajectory. But since this is early in the race and everyone has cold tires, there are cars going off on the right as well. We just have to avoid them as they rejoin. That compromised our entry into that corner a little bit, but further down in that same lap, we are now catching up to the cars ahead, and even though we seem to be quite far away, we're taking another opportunity here as cars do spin out at the top of the hill. Our run down on that hill has not been compromised by too much, so we can go down this hill quite nicely, and the three cars ahead of us are going to be the next target. We've caught up to them a little bit by the end of the straight. And now we're just waiting for our opportunities again, relying on other cars, making a mistake. We make it around one, but think better of making it around the green car in front of us now as well. We're just going to have to wait and take the next opportunity that arises. The car had a wide line through that turn, so that's something to keep in mind and something that I will try to capitalize on the next time. Always trying to watch what the cars are doing, how are their lines, are they going to make mistakes on corners and turns when I'm not making mistakes. Similar to here, I love this corner because I can usually gain a 1/10 of a second. The car was off on the right, again overtaking another car. We're stuck behind this car now, and that means the red car behind us is still there and trying to get closer to us. Top of the hill, if we were closer, is another opportunity to overtake them. And they help us out by just going offline and into the grass. They rejoin safely, but they have lost momentum, so we're going to make our way around it. The car behind us had to wait a little bit and take the opportunity later, but they're now still stuck with us, and we have the long straight. Where they were in our draft, so now they can go to the left side. We're staying on the right, clearly indicating that I'm going to be on the right. I'm not going to give up the outside line. We're going to go back on the racing line so that we can have a good corner as the green car has rejoined and is now on our bumper as well. We've gained one position and lost one position, so we're in the exact same spot nowhere, except the cars in the front and behind us have switched spots. This did not turn out the way I wanted it to turn out, but we'll have to just try again. We can still see the car ahead, and as long as we can see the car ahead, there is hope to be able to overtake them. Next piece of the action is this green car here coming out of the pits. Fortunately for us, it was on the straight, so we have enough room to get around them before the corner. And now a car's gone off behind us as well, so that did not impede the car behind us. Going down the hill though, they have lost a little bit of space to us. And finally, we had a good right turn onto the last turn, and the car in front of us did have a slightly compromised exit from that turn. They're going to defend by being in the middle now, moving to the left, we're moving to the right, taking the inside line. I'm fully prepared to back out, but they are staying on the left, so there's room for us to be on the right. And we're sticking to a fairly tight line, both of us giving each other plenty of space here. I am too far behind now to make that lunge into the next couple of corners to the left, so I back out and hope to get around this car another try. Slightly compromised through this turn here, so maybe we can set something up for the next straight. One of the spots where I like to overtake cars is at the end of this back straight, but unfortunately we are a little bit too far behind at the moment, it seems. Nevertheless, I poke my nose in, go back to the racing line, follow their line pretty much, going a little bit wide, but that's okay. Going up in a gear and then off the accelerator ever so briefly to make it around the corner and quickly back on. Again, falling back a little bit to see if I can set up better exits than the car ahead of us. Falling a little bit too far behind now for my own liking. We've started this race in the back and made it almost to a podium. Quite close, one spot off of it, but this is the last lap. We followed this car for a while, hoping that they would make a mistake that we could capitalize on. And we have one more lap to go to force the car in front of us to make an error while we stay on track and not make errors ourselves. Trying to catch up to them by braking slightly later and slightly more softly onto the brakes. But that just means I overshoot it a little bit. Have to turn the car around, point it straight forward again. We caught up a little bit, but not sufficiently. Alright, staying behind the car for the remainder of the lap, and we haven't really gained anything. We are now much tighter. Hopefully we can put some pressure on the car. If not, then that's the end of the race. Again, started at the very back and made our way almost to a podium. Missed it by one spot. If you like to follow along my journey through iRacing from rookie class to A license eventually, currently at a D license, hooray, then hit that like and subscribe button. Happy to have you on board. The car is weaving, we're staying in the draft, trying to see if anything materializes, but nothing does, and the race is over. Thanks very much for watching this highlight reel. Have a good day, everyone. Bye-bye.